What's going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Toys, and today we are going to be checking out the 93 Classics Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus Rex Off-Road Tracker Pack by Mattel. Now, this is one of the last sets that we got from the 93 Classics line before they merged into the Reimagined line with the Legacy Collection. But I'm really loving this packaging because the simple fact that it is a window box style packaging pays homage to Kenner all the way, 100%. And so, I've been keeping all my 93 Classics packaging, except for probably the TRex one, because that's an open style one and I really have no use for it. But for this one, I really do want to save this one just because of the nostalgia it has for the Kenner style box that it presents. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go over the packaging. So we got the JP logo right there, which pays homage to Kenner, and then we got the Jurassic Park logo right there, and then we have the 93 Classics logo right there on the top right hand corner, and then in the middle we got the Tyrannosaurus Rex Off-Road Tracker Pack lettering, ages 4 and up, that's me, and then the Mattel logo right there. And then here in the center, we got this window style packaging. We got all the contents right there that's shown inside the window style packaging. And then we got the action feature button right there that will tell you what it does. So, of course, it has a chomping sound. Not a sound, but a chomping feature. Excuse me. I wish it had a sound. That'd be really cool. Okay, and so the top of the packaging, we got the Jurassic Park logo right there. And then we have the Tyrannosaurus Rex Off-Road Tracker Pack. And then at the bottom of the packaging, it tells you we have some one-time assembly for the young Rex. And then here's all the copyright legal information right there at the bottom. And then here on the side of the packaging, I know mine's a little damaged. So we got the Jurassic Park logo right there. I did get this on clearance though, when they were on sale. I wouldn't say clearance because they still have a lot of them there. So, but I did get this on sale. And so this is the Jurassic Park logo right there. And then we'll go ahead and turn it around for the back of the packaging. And there it is, the back of the packaging. There, sorry about the glare. So here on the back of the packaging, we have the Jurassic Park logo right there, and then we got the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And then here we have the images of the Fierce Chomp and the capture gear that it includes. And then, of course, we got this digital rendering. I believe that is a digital render. I don't think the figures itself were placed on this particular background. It doesn't look like it. And then, of course, we got the Jeep and the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the young Rex that is, with Ray Arnold in his gear. And then down here, we got all the FACSAP information. And then here, it just shows you a picture of the contents that it has in it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take this thing out. And I do want to look at the insert. Alright, so it wasn't too bad. I just took a butter knife to kind of go along the edges so that way I can not tear up the packaging. So that's what I've been doing with these kind of boxes because I know that they glue them on instead of having them taped. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull this thing out. Alright, so here's what the the contents looks like when it's out of the box itself. So looks like we got some twist ties and some ties that we need to use to take these stuff out. Alright, so we was able to get everything out of the packaging. I did have to cut a insert on the top of the clamshell that was holding the capture gear on the inside, so that way I can just kind of squeeze it out. This thing is a soft pliable plastic to where you can just like squeeze it and just pull it out. So I made a long enough insert cut where I can just kind of pry it open just a little bit, squeeze the capture gear, and pull it out with no problems without really damaging the card back. So happy about that. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first off, we're going to talk about Ray Arnold. So we'll move Ray here on the side, and so this is his accessory that you can use, that he uses, that you can put on the side of the vehicle. Mine's a little warped because the way it's kind of warped in there, the way they have it inside the plastic. But that's fine. It's fixable. You can just kind of bend it back a little bit. So it's a soft, pliable plastic where it's not going to break or crack or anything like that if you do it. So it should be okay shape now. So all it is just like a gold piece of spear, that was molded in this color plastic. And so it does got a lot of detail and everything, especially along right there on the handle. And then, of course, you got the peg right there where you can peg it on the side of the vehicle. And then, of course, it's got this little wrap around there where it's here at the end. So I'm assuming it could be a stun prod. So that's what I'm looking at. It's not really a spear, but it's kind of like a long stun prod, whatever. But nonetheless, it's very cool. Love the details and everything. Just wish it had just a little bit more color to it than just this one plain gold plastic. All right, so that aside, here is Ray Arnold, and here is his gear that he has on. Not sure. It looks like it. You can take this off, but let's go ahead and take this off real quick. Let me see. I want to see what he's working with. All right, so here is the armor piece. So it looks like it's made out in the front and back. It looks like it's made out of a skeleton. Like here is the spine of a creature they're using, and then there's like the front of another creature. So it's neon green plastic. So that's very cool. It's got the little shoulder pads right there on the sides, and there's the collar right there. And so there's the little side pieces here. It looks like it's got a little bit of a, like it's you can hook it up right there on that side, like a belt, the loop and everything. So that's pretty cool. So overall, his armor thing is pretty neat, neon green. And so here is Ray Arnold himself. So interesting choice that they used for this particular set. You figured it'd probably be somebody like Muldoon or somebody like that, but it's fine. So here is Ray Arnold, and this is vastly different from his Hammond collection figure because I do have the Mattel Creations / San Diego Comic Con exclusive set that I haven't opened yet, but I do have the Hammond one that we can do a comparison because Kenner never did make a Ray Arnold figure. So love the head sculpt. It looks exactly like Sam Jackson. Love the glasses, and I like how he has the earpiece right there. The hair looks good. It's got that balding right there. It's a little off-centered, but hey, what can I say? You can't really just look at it when you're looking at the packaging. So it looks like he's got this gray shirt on, long sleeve, and he's got these red gloves with the kind of like long biker gloves, like motocross gloves. And then he's got his red belt right there. A little bit of detail there. And he's got these khaki pants on and boots, all in one color. So the boots and pants, and he's got the knee pads right there. So they're all in one color. So wish it had a little bit of coloration that kind of separates the boots from the pants. But that's probably my only complaint. And then maybe the pads right there, they could have been red. They could have made these red, But other than that, as usual, got a lot of details on the pants and everything. So overall, I really do like this figure. So as far as way of articulation goes, its head is on a swivel. So it kind of looks up like that a little bit, and looks a little bit down right there. And then I want to be careful with it because of the glasses. I don't want to knock the glasses off. So, and then you got the swivel at the waist, and then you got the hinge at the shoulder, forwards and backwards, and then you got the hinge and rotation at the elbow, and then of course you got the Van Damme splits, and then you got the forwards, and then you can't go back due to that butt cut right there, and then you got the single knee with the hinge there, and that's it as far as way of articulation. So let's go ahead and put his gear back on, so that way we can compare him with his counterpart, his Hammond collection counterpart. So, and then here is his accessory that he has. Let's see if we can have him hold it. I know you probably could hold it like this. That's probably how it's supposed to be done, but I don't know. So there is Ray Arnold, along with the Hammond collection Ray Arnold. So his balding pattern is a little bit more on point than the one that we got for the 93 Classics. So we got 2 Ray Arnolds, 3 technically, with the San Diego Comic-Con / Mattel Creation set. So they look good. So you got a Chaos Effect one, and then you got the regular Ray Arnold. All right, let's go on to the next thing. All right, so next up is the Jeep. So this is technically, I guess, it's based off the unreleased Jeep that we were supposed to get for Series 2 in the Kenner line. So I'm sorry I don't have a picture that I can show, but if you go to jptoys.com, they have all images of all the unreleased stuff, and it shows the picture of the unreleased Jeep. So it's kind of similar like this. So this is what this is probably based off on. And so I like the fact that for the 93 Classics that that Mattel actually gave us a rendition of their version of the unreleased vehicles when it came to the Jeep in the ground tracker, not the ground tracker, but the Ford Explorer. So but yeah, so this is their version of the unreleased one. So looks really good. Got the pattern right there with the Jurassic Park logo right there. Got the 27, number 27 right there on the side, and then here you got the headlights, stickers. And then you got the little winch right there. Too bad they didn't have a working one. That would have been really cool. And so the design is a little different compared to a basic Jeep that they gave us. But we'll compare that here in a minute. And then I do like the fact that they have all of these. So this is supposed to be like one of those off-road Jeeps. So they gave us all of these headlights here. And then on the inside, you got the yellow steering wheel, and then you got the little design here on the dashboard and stuff, and then you got the joystick right there. The seats look good right there. So there's the seats right there, and then here we got the spare tire, and then we got the stickers for the headlights there, but we ain't got no license plate right there, so this is different. And so yeah, that's basically about it. So, and the doors do open and close. So this is supposed to be kind of like an off-road Jeep, All right, so let's go ahead and do some comparisons. All right, so here is the Jeep that they gave us, for the Legacy Collection. So that's a working winch right there. And like I said, I wish they would have included that with that. So that would have been really cool. So you could tell it's vastly different. Like the number 27 is just based off the Kenner model that they based this off of. And so here is the regular Jeep compared to that. So you could tell the design is totally different, as far as what they were going for. So it's still really cool though. I do like it a lot though. So it's very, very awesome to have both of these in the collection. All right, and now here is the Kenner version of the of their Jeep. So you could tell that this is what they're going for with this. as far as the design goes. So I think they did a really good job on it. The only thing it didn't have is this, which is fine. But it does have a lot of the bells and whistles that it comes with. The only thing it doesn't have is that this is a breakaway that doesn't break away at all. So we got the opening and closing of the doors with that. So that's really cool. So here's that 27 like I was telling you about. So overall, it's a great design. Really do like that a lot. I love the fact that they made the effort to pay homage as much as possible to the original Kenner one that we got. Even if it's just based off of the unreleased one, they still got a lot of the vibes from the original vehicle. And here is the Ford Explorer, that we got. So both of these are based on the unreleased vehicle. So like I said, you can go check out jptoys.com and check out the unreleased section that they have. Or you can just Google and just say unreleased Kenner Jurassic Park vehicles, and they'll bring up the images and stuff. So very cool. Really do like this, that we got vehicles that pays homage to the unreleased ones that we should have gotten. So very neat. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this. And finally, here is the young Tyrannosaurus Rex. So we'll go ahead and set this guy aside so that way we can look at the capture gear. And so here is the leg shackle. So it looks exactly like what Kenner would have made, or it did make. I like the fact that they made it in that style. It's very thick. It could be a little fragile. I'm sure over time, if this hardens, as age goes, I could see this breaking, especially the shackle part. Here. So. The plastic probably would get brittle, but this is kind of a unique, flexible plastic, so I don't foresee that happening anytime soon, but who knows. But yeah, really do like this, And then here is the headgear. So very unique. It's all connected in one. So like I said, this was a soft, pliable plastic right here. So I was able to, like I said, make a small insert to where I can put this, squeeze this together and just pull it out gently. So of course, this is how you would connect it right there with the connector right there. So there's the chain right there, and then there's the neck collar, and then here's the face collar and everything. So very cool. All right, so here is the young Tyrannosaurus Rex. Now, I do like this for the simple fact that we got a new head sculpt and we got a brand new awesome paint job. And the only downside is that they pretty much used the body of the extreme chomping T-Rex, that they use for their basic line. And so the only thing that we got that's totally different is the head sculpt, But I just wish we would have got a new body mold for this specifically, But, I guess better use what you got, right? But anyways, so, but we did get painted toe claws, so that's cool. So I think this was pretty much based off of the Series 2 Young T-Rex, the paint scheme itself, actually. So the basic body is yellow, but then you got the black paint job on the from the neck all the way down to the tail, which is which I'm happy that we did get some tail paint. May not have been all the way down, but at least it didn't come to a stopping point. Oh my gosh, I probably would have had a fit with that. But yeah, they got the neck collar here where the connector is, and then the main body, and it's yellow underneath. So I do like the fact that they was able to do that. Be able to paint the main body black, or charcoal, should I say. And of course the legs are charcoal, and then you got the black painted toe claws. Nothing on the dew claws or anything, or in the fingers, but yeah, of course the arms are soft pliable plastic. And then of course, the head sculpt. This is the head sculpt of the young T-Rex, which is awesome. And I love the fact that they got the rubberized teeth right there. So that's really cool. So I'm pretty sure this is, I don't know if this is the first figure that they use with these, but I'm happy that we got it, you know. So, and then you get the wet tongue right there and the gums. So as far as the eyes go, the eyes are really good on both sides. So really happy about that. And so I do like the paint all over on the face and the snout and everything. So that's really cool. So I'm assuming this is pays homage to the Young T-Rex Series 2 that Kenner did. All right. So as far as the way of articulation, so you got the ball joint at the tail, and then you got the legs that move forward and backwards. Well, mine doesn't move backwards. This one, well, no, I'm not even going to stress it. So it does move forward, but I'm not going to, there we go. So it's kind of got that ratchet joint. So I'm not, this one seems a little stuck, so I'm not going to try to force it. And of course, you know, you got that thigh articulation, the inner thigh right there. And then of course, you know, the feet, you know, they can go sideways, you know. And then the arms go forwards and backwards. And then you got the neck articulation right there, where you can have the looking that way, you can have them looking this way. So go up and then go all the way down like that. And then of course, you know, the action feature that it comes with, you got the little button right there. Yep, so that's about it. So it's your basic extreme chopping T-Rex, but with the young T-Rex head sculpt. All right, so let's scoot him back a little bit and we're going to do some comparisons. All right, so here he is with the OG Kenner Series 1 right there. So looks really good. I do like how the that head sculpt resembles this. Just a lot better teeth. So that's really awesome right there. So I really do like the size comparisons of it, you know, because this should have been about this size, to be honest. But like I said, they just used the Extreme Chomping T-Rex body and just did a whole brand new head sculpt for it. So, all right. All right, since I don't have the Series 2 Young T-Rex, which is expensive as hell, but this is the Lost World Young T-Rex that came with a Dino Tracker set. So, looks really good there. And there is the T-Rex for the 1999 Jurassic Park Dinosaurs line. This also came with a capture gear, and which I don't have, and with the a human figure and stuff, which I don't have as well. So, but very happy to have all three of those. You know, so the only thing now I'm needing one day is the Series 2 Young T-Rex. All right, so let's go ahead and try to put on some of this capture gear and see what it looks like. All right, so that's what he looks like with his gear all on him when he's captured. So real quick, I wanted to do a comparison with the with one of the young T-Rex with the capture gear on for the Kenner one, and compare it to the one with the one that Mattel did. This capture gear belongs to the Utah Raptor that I have, the electronic Utah Raptor that I got. It works the same, but it doesn't belong to this specific figure. But like I said, it works the same. So just pretty much just wanted to show that to you with the comparison as compared to what Kenner did and what Mattel did. All right, so that was a look at the Tyrannosaurus Rex Off-Road Tracker Pack from the 93 Classics line. And let me know in the comments below what you think of this set. And don't forget, where's the wisdom? Buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, you always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.